Hello, I'm Anne Marie McManus in Augusta, Georgia, and in the beautiful lake communities of Clark Hill, Strom Thurmond Lake. And today I want to talk to you about preparing lakefront homes to sell for top dollar. As in preparing any home for sale, you want to accentuate the most important features. So I would begin in preparing a lakefront home, cleaning up those docks, and get rid of those old jet ski ports if they're just floating around in the cove and looking bad. Ship shape everything on the shoreline. And yeah, go on and pressure wash it. And if your dock needs some improving, work on that because that's a big part of what you're selling. So the second thing is landscaping. And of course, we're on a Corps of Engineer lake and the river, but there's certainly things that you can do on your own property to make sure the view is looking good. Trim up those trees that might be blocking the view right out your door, and cleaning up your own outdoor spaces on the porches. Make sure that the first thing that they want to do, I want y'all to do this. I want you to walk in your front door and make sure that whatever it is draws you straight to that view. That's very important. People have made a lot of money redoing lake houses that were built that had no windows on the lakeside. I mean, it's just little rinky-dink windows. It was just not built for that. But that view, that's what you're selling. So just make sure the windows are really clean. So this is my part of the job. So when the professional photos are done, you want to be sure that your best view is accented. So a lot of homes, you see the sunrise. Other homes, you're going to see on the other side of the lake, you're going to see the sunset. So photographers will photograph when those things happen. You might have to pay an upcharge for the sunrise, but we get a lot of beautiful sunset. Before we leave the topic of docks and the waterfront, I want to be sure that you've got your dock permit renewed. Make sure you paid it up, and your brushing permit. So get your brushing permit. That means, for the people that are thinking about buying a lake house and beginning with the end in mind, that means that on a Corps of Engineer lake, you can clear out the underbrush all the way to the lake. Just be sure that's really what people are buying because that's the thing that maintains the pretty views. How do you stage a lake home? And the best way to do that, of course, if you're going to invest in anything at all, is beautiful outdoor furniture. Because, you can have a hodgepodge inside, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but when they go out on that deck and out on the dock, you want it to be very appealing because people, they do overlook dated interiors if the view is exceptional. So after we've talked about relatively inexpensive job of staging the dock and the deck, I want to talk to you about the inside. So a lot of us realize that's family time, and you've got a lot of knickknacks that over the years the kids made, something out of the clay, or they carried pine cones in there, or, just a lot of that. Please think about it. It's as important to depersonalize that home as it is your own home, because it's just like any home. You want the buyer to walk in and see themselves in that house. When we renovated our lake home recently, we had an occasion to, go through and just take some of the art out that we enjoyed for a time. We had it grow up a little bit. But the one thing that we did, the least expensive thing, was to go through and depersonalize the house. When we came back in, it was so much more relaxing. I challenge you, even, if it's going to be a while, go ahead, depersonalize, and clear out as much as you can. A lot of times I'll say, take anything you're not going to use in the next 2 to 3 months out. I'm going to tell you a little trick. You'll feel more relaxed. Everybody's focusing on the lakeside. Don't forget the front door. That's where they're going to drive in and see the house. When we bought our lake house, we drove up and we could see the water from the front door. They had all the blinds up. They had the house cleared out. We could absolutely see from the front windows straight on through. And what do you think that did to us? It just made our hearts flutter. So that's important, because sometimes at the lake you say, well, I don't need a new mailbox. I don't need, fancy stuff. For just now, fancy it up and think about somebody coming and saying, all I have to do is bring my fishing rod. That creates excitement and people will pay more for it. So don't let this be overwhelming. to sum it up, call me out. I'll point out things that you don't see, and I'm here to answer any questions that you have. So again, I'm Anne Marie McManus, and thank you for watching my video, and don't forget to like and subscribe.